Hey guys, what's up? Andrew from American Musical Supply here, and in this video we're going to be talking about ribbon mics and specifically how you can use them in your home studio. Now, ribbon mics are often overlooked when it comes to putting together a mic kit for a home studio, but I'm going to take you through some applications today and some different ways of using them, and hopefully give you some tips and tricks that you'll be able to take into your setup and use for your recordings. So to start out, we're going to look at miking an electric guitar amp, and let's check it out. At one point in time, ribbon microphones represented the highest fidelity in recording transducers. However, by today's standards, that would probably go to condenser mics. But that doesn't mean that ribbon mics aren't useful. The ribbon microphone design features an inherent high-frequency roll-off for a slightly rounder, slightly darker sound. This is great for certain instruments such as distorted electric guitar, which we're going to hear right now. So I have a couple of mics set up on this amp. I have a Cascade Fathead with a Lundell transformer. And I also have a dynamic microphone set up here. And I've used the 3-to-1 rule to kind of space them so I don't have any phasing issues. And first off, we're just going to hear what the ribbon microphone sounds like. Now, certain ribbon microphones work well on guitar by themselves, but I find this particular mic works well when it's blended with a dynamic. So we're going to hear the dynamic mic, and then we're going to hear the blend of them together. So now we're going to switch out both of these mics for the SE Electronics Voodoo VR1, which is another ribbon microphone that's specially designed to have a slightly higher high-frequency response, which works well by itself on a guitar amp that's set up like this. So I have the SE Electronics VR1 set up, and it's interesting to note that I have this microphone set up pretty much centered on the speaker cone, and I had the Cascade Fathead set up that way also. With a ribbon microphone, it's possible to do this. You can also do it with a dynamic and a condenser. However, the sound is going to be very bright and somewhat brittle. But the ribbon microphone with the roll-off in the high frequencies, in the frequency response of these microphone designs, it can work well to have the ribbon microphone positioned in the center. So let's check out what the VR1 sounds like by itself. So in this video, we've focused on distorted electric guitar sounds. It is possible also to use ribbon mics to record clean guitar sounds. It's going to give you a slightly rounder and more full-bodied tone, which is great for genres such as jazz and blues. Now we're going to check out how you can use a ribbon microphone to record an acoustic guitar. Now, ribbon microphones are typically passive devices, which means that they don't require any power to operate, such as how condensers do with phantom power. In fact, if you apply phantom power to a traditional ribbon microphone design, you run the risk of damaging that microphone because the ribbon inside the mic is going to act somewhat like a fuse and just disintegrate when the voltage hits it. But there are also some newer ribbon microphone designs, such as the SE Electronics VR2, that's an active microphone. So what that means is that it requires a phantom power source. However, what that does is it helps you out on your input stage because it means that you don't have to add so much gain on your preamp. The mic has more sensitivity thanks to the powered input. So now we're going to hear the SE Electronics VR2 on acoustic guitar. Another common application for ribbon microphones is drum overheads. So we're going to check that out in the next part of this video. I got a very simple drum setup here: bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat, and cymbal. And I'm using the SE Electronics VR1 as a mono overhead. It's common with ribbon microphones to use them as overheads either in a stereo configuration or in a mono configuration with the addition of 2 stereo condensers, which can be a nice way to fill out the image of a drum set and also round out some of the low end when that's placed right above the drums. Okay, so the other mics I have set up here on the drums are a KSM 109 pointed at the snare drum shell and an RE20 on the kick drum. So now we're going to hear the VR1 as an overhead by itself, and then we'll hear it blended in with the other mics. So another common use for a ribbon mic when recording drums is using it as a room mic. And I have one set up in this example. I have a Cascade Fathead with a Lundell transformer. It's set up about 12 feet away from the drum set, about 5 to 6 feet off the ground, and it's picking up the ambient room sound. I'm printing the sound of this mic direct to Pro Tools through the UAD EL7 Fatso compressor emulation. And I'm doing that to kind of squeeze some more tone and sound out of that mic, fatten it up a bit. And so you're going to hear it now by itself and then hear it mixed in with the rest of the mics. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you're interested in adding a ribbon mic or two to your home studio setup, please visit AmericanMusical.com and check out our selection.